Okay, so after making the grooves, I have started to chop the my work on the mortise and tenon. So this is the front leg. This is the left side. So I've already like chopped the mortise holes here. I was about to start with the tenon, uh, but since I didn't record this part, I will chop the mortises on the other side. I just have to be cautious that I don't confuse myself with when I'm laying out the tenons. And another reason I want to go to the I want to chop the mortise hole again is because I have to sharpen the tenon saw, which I am yet to do. So before I start with cutting the tenons, I want to actually sharpen my tenon saw. So I will go to that. So let me see which one here. This is the front. It's so critical not to mess up things here. I've already so this is the front, so that is where my triangle does help me. So some of the layout here was like seems like it got erased because I was doing some cleanup work. Let me put back those marks again. So I have to chop the mortise here. So this is where this will be the front side. So I mean, 1 second. So this is the front. So this is the front side where they will have the tambour rails here. So I am going to use like a Mortise guide. So I have actually made two of those guides. I mean, they are like it's supposed to be 3 by 8 inch, like this distance, like. But my this thing is not really accurate. So I just quickly made a Mortise guide. So it's slightly less than 3 by 8 inches, but yeah, I always have like tried to go with a Mortise guide, like the Paul Sellers Mortise guide. It's such a simple thing to make, and for myself, I try using a Mortise guide. The reason being, it doesn't change anything as far as the technique with chopping like mortises are concerned. So it rather like using the exact same technique, it helps me, I think it helps me build my muscle memory. I feel like I don't have to change my anything like according to the jig, but it helps me keep that 90-degree, like build my muscle memory. Unlike say like sharpening using a honing guide. Again, I started like when I started for first few months, I was always using a honing guide for sharpening. The reason I don't use that anymore, most of the situations I still use for like say plow, my combination plane blade sharpening, but usually I don't use it. The reason being, whenever I use a honing guide, I have to follow this motion, so it doesn't help me with my freehand sharpening skills, where like I have to go with the like my uh, the the freehand motion is quite different. So for me, I don't see like that is the reason I don't use a honing guide while sharpening. But with this, I am absolutely fine in using a mortise guide. It's like super simple to make. I just cut a thin strip of wood that is like about this thickness and just glue it on another piece of wood, and that's it, done. So I'll just be using that. I line this up, and what I have seen is that if at all like uh, this should be like as close to the thickness of this rim, the this side of the groove, like 3 by 8 inch. So this one, like the step down should be as thick as this groove. But if at all, I would prefer this to be slightly less, if at all, not more. The reason being, at the end I can use this as a guide to like pair cut this thing to make it a crisp wall. But I think anything works, like we can make anything work here. So I clamp it like this. And by the way, always like it's a little bit tricky to mark the inside line of the groove, because once you make the groove, the straight line is no more there. It's a little bit difficult to eyeball and mark that. I normally use a strip of wood that is around the same thickness as that. I mean, you can use a ruler and eyeball it. It's not a big deal, but I try to use this to mark the base. And if at all, I will mark the mortise hole ever so slightly wider than, so that I can hammer tap and set it to the proper place if needed. Now I'll use a bevel-edge chisel. Uh, so Paul Sellers always uses these bevel-edge chisels for chopping mortises. I mean, half inch. I don't have a mortise chisel, and this is a good time to practice using this. And they make it really smooth. By the way, these bevel-edge chisels, so they are good. I mean, we just have to be a little bit more sensitive, because I cannot be too like rough on these or too hard on these, and I risk bending the chisels. And these are like premium Narex Richter chisel, so I don't want to damage these. They won't be damaged, like as long as I'm little bit sensitive towards it. They do provide a lot of advantages compared to Mortise chisels in some respect. So I'm starting from one end, trying to go get deeper and deeper. And by the way, I have two marks here, like 1 inch, and another one is 1 3/8, I believe. So this is the thinner section, like 1 3/8 inch section. So I have to be a bit careful. This depth is like 1 inch. I have to go like 1 inch deep. I cannot go deeper because that will be really fragile. So it may break from the other end. So I went like a little. I will go one more chop, and then I can go back to that point to establish the depth a little bit more. I'm a little bit more cautious when levering compared to, say, when I use a Mortise chisel. But it works very well, this thing. And to be frank, I do want to switch to like bevel-edge chisels for chopping mortises, because like I find it super simple to sharpen these chisels freehand compared to Mortise chisels. So that's my main reason. Now I'm going back so that always keeping an eye on that depth. So with every like subsequent chop, I'm going deeper and deeper. I'm always checking, like once I reach that 1 inch mark, I will be extra careful. I am there. So now once I'm like, now that I'm to the depth, it's surprisingly quick. I think I was going a little bit deeper than I would have liked. I will hold off there. Let me clear off some of the waste. So narrower chisel. No, I'm not trying to pair off any like that wall or anything like that, but just to tease the fibers and get those out. I will try to go from the other, this direction now, traverse in this direction just to get to that depth. Always watching. I don't want to go any deeper than I need to. And now that I have like the depth already, or like I'm close to that depth, I can take out that guide also, so that I get a cleaner view. Another good thing about this is that even if I'm not, this is almost done. Even if I'm not fully to the depth, consistently to the depth, when I chop these mortise, they are going to intersect, and they are going to like, it will be easier to gauge and have the both those mortises, like depth of the mortises aligned. So we'll see that. So I will start on the other mortise right now. So now I'll be chopping the tenon on the other side. So one thing I not sure I mentioned is or not, like it's not like too critical to get the depth absolutely right in the first attempt. The reason being, like, because there is a another tenon that is going, we are going to chop at right angle, so they are going to like uh, how do I put it, like they are the tenons are going to ensure that the other tenon depth is perfect. So it may be a good idea to keep it slightly shorter. That's what I mean, because we can get it uh, right at the end. So this tenon, the shorter tenon, 1 inch from this top is done. I'll work on the other one that is slightly deeper. I think in theory that is 1 3/8 inch. This will be hopefully be pretty quick. Let me adjust the camera. Marking the ends first. Then come from the other side, go back same direction, so that or the opposite direction again, to deepen that part. I'm not levering as hard as I would do, like say with a Mortise chisel, because these are bevel-edge chisels. So try to be, I'm trying to be a bit more sensitive there. I don't have much experience like chopping mortises using bevel-edge chisel, so this is a good chance. I don't want to ruin my like these premium chisels though. So let me change the angle. Do this way. At some point I will feel this like this one merging with the other mortise. Still not yet. I'm not trying to rush to it. I could feel that, like merging with the. Let me take out the material a little bit. The reason being, like, it will hopefully offer less resistance when levering. So always using a thinner chisel to take out the material. Yeah, now it should be pretty easy to go the full distance. Let me try to like change the, like, hopefully I can improve the camera angle a little bit. Trying to show exactly, like, I'm trying my best with my. Now I could take this guide out. I'll get back to that one, but it's just easier to remove, like, show this and remove the material without the guide. But I will use that to pair cut the side walls. So I'll try to show like what I was telling. So if you see this side, now this side is a little bit ragged, or like not ragged. So let me take a pencil. So this side, so there is more material, but as I as I pair cut this thing, so this will ensure that this depth is accurate, and same applies for this side. So I'll show it right now. So again, I'm working on this one, so I'll pair cut this side to make it smooth. Wider chisel. So I'm not using the guide right now, so because there is a little bit more material on one side, I'm trying to clear a portion of it. Uh, so without taking help from the guide. Because we don't want to pair cut like too much, like with it too much, like if the material is too thick, I mean, like it's difficult to pair cut. So let me remove like now a little bit slightly easier. I'll still take out some more. But what I'm saying is that I will just use this as the guide, as my reference, and pair cut the walls. And when I do this pair cutting, I also do it on the haunch, because it's still going to use the same tenon size. Just trying to sever the fibers there. So this is the longer side. So this is the wall that I have tried to pair cut till the bottom. So I'll do the same on the other one. I may have told it many times, like yes, it is taking a lot of time for me, but I am like having a blast. I'm really enjoying this, like getting this to I used to be nervous about mortise and tenon joints much more than dovetails. I think I still am, but definitely my confidence level has increased. I mean, the more we work or practice on actual projects, the more confident we get. But having said that, I have like no shame in accepting that I am always nervous about. And these the type of like mitered mortise and tenon that I'm doing right now, I've never done this before, and this is like I have to be more sensitive for these ones, because I have to get the fit very accurate, because I feel like normally for my mortise and tenon joints, I try to make it too tight, or like they may be tight enough for those kind of projects, but I cannot like make it as tight for this one. It has to be really snug, and if I make it loose, then like it's not strong. So the reason I'm saying is that there are so many chances of like breakage happening here. This is a thin piece, there is so much like less contact point. So this is initially like until I assemble the joints, this is like I think a little bit fragile. So this is ready, the mortise holes. So I'll start with the tenons.